Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy. First, of course, I just want to ask, how was y'all weekend? How's everything going? Did you get into anything exciting? What was these past 7 days for you? If you're like me, you're probably devastated. I mean, I don't want to make my rant too long because I know I am a music content creation channel, but what I will say is that as somebody who has consumed a lot of anime in his life, and as somebody who grew up watching Dragon Ball Z Kai and Dragon Ball Super now and reading the manga too as well, it definitely hurts a lot seeing somebody who's as influential and as impactful towards just the overall international anime community just suddenly pass away at the age of 68. All I really want to do is just give my thanks, honestly. You know, Goku, you know, he is like the icon of Mexico now. Even though the human body cannot live forever, as long as his work is remembered for generations, then technically Akira Toriyama is immortal. So yeah, on that note, thank you. But aside from that, yeah, Mike Tyson is here. Everybody say hello to Mike Tyson. Now, I know I made a video like a long while back talking about like the problems within the music community and like music reviewers and blah, 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 blah. But I feel like I need to reiterate something. And instead of it being about music reviewers in a general sense, I want to talk about one specific person who I feel like has become the pinnacle of like what is and what isn't good within the online music sphere, and that is Anthony Fantano. Now, if you don't know who that is, he's bald, he has very thick thighs, and he has garnered a large fan base that is in turn became kind of like the most annoyingly pretentious people. All right, so if y'all didn't know, aside from me like yapping for like 8 to 10 minutes long just for ad revenue, I also will occasionally review an album. And before my earliest review of American Dream by 21 Savage back in like January or February or whatever, the last time I reviewed an album was 7 months ago. Now, the reason why that's even a case on why it even took me that long to review an album in general is because, just to give y'all the spark notes, I thought it was dumb and kind of boring, and I didn't really like all the division it was just giving music communities. I felt like I was just feeding into something that I didn't really need to feed into. I like online music debates, but I also don't like getting called racial slurs whenever I give somebody's favorite artist's new album a 0 out of 10. Like, how about we not do that? Now, I just want to preface this by saying this is not like some like targeted shot against Fantano himself. Listen, we are both adults, man. If you can't handle a little bit of criticism I'm gonna dish out here, then that's a problem for you, not for me, because I don't care. But instead, this video is meant to be more of a critique on his followers and mainly just the influence that he's had. Like, it feels like everybody's trying to like have a dick slapping contest on whoever can recommend the better album. Like, and in a sense, I feel like that impact that Fantano has made towards like his followers and everybody else, it's in a sense, I feel like it's made people like afraid of Fantano. And I don't necessarily mean that in the sense of like he's like the boogeyman gonna come up from under your bed and like tickle your ball sacks or something. No, I mean it in the sense of like his opinions have been taken so seriously as the years have gone by since he's been getting more and more popular. It's either you agree with me or the pitchforks are out kind of mentality, which is dumb. It sucks. Or there's also that one side of it where you got like a lot of people who became a lot more pretentious when it comes to music discovery, and they want to act like they're the ones who know real music while everybody else is a dummy head who listens to top 40 artists, while when you look at what they're listening to, it's just the top 40 on Rate Your Music. Now, of course, I do just want to say that music taste is subjective and not everybody's the same and blah 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 blah, but I'm also just not going to sit here and act like there isn't a greater impact and influence that Fantano has had on the online music sphere. It's like whenever somebody says that they listen to all kinds of music, they basically mean that one clipping album, a couple of songs off Igor, Sinner Get Ready, and one song off To Pimp a Butterfly, because for some reason Kendrick Lamar is always seen as one of the good ones in the online music sphere. Or maybe you'd have people who are feeling a bit more rebellious and pretentious, so they'd probably listen to something by JPEG Mafia, or maybe the second worst album by Death Grips, or Wesley's Theory by Kendrick Lamar, but then I'd have to spend like the rest of the song trying to explain why they said the N-word like 10 times. And if at a certain point you're just lying to yourself, you can always just listen to that Caretaker album, because that's like the project that people love circle jerking around, even though whenever I listen to it, it feels like I'm in a competition for how fast I can go to sleep. I said before, it's all personal preference, so I'm not gonna knock you down, but I will look down on you. Now, you're probably all wondering what makes me so different, and I listen to Death Grips too, and I watch Fantano too, whatever. Alright, so listen. First, I want to say that while I do listen to Death Grips, I haven't watched Fantano in a little over 2 years now. And the reason why is basically the same reason why I don't like review albums as much as I do anymore, but it's also just a fact of like, I just don't really care to hear any other music reviewers' opinions. I mean, the whole purpose of me even starting this channel into what it is now is because I just wanted to put my own opinions out there for other people to listen to and just take it for what it is. And I know that's like very closed-minded of me to say, but it's like I'm one of those people that just, it's my opinions first and then it's everybody else's. Like everybody else is here and I'm here. But of course, the influence also can lead to another issue, which is in the fact of like just the whole number rating system in general. People have been putting numbers on things even before Fantano, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, as I stated before, Fantano has garnered a lot of popularity, and his popularity has came from the internet. He's able to reach a younger audience that swears that nobody understands them, and in a sense, it's made his opinions the be-all, end-all for the popular consensus of albums. Now, once again, as I said before, I don't do numbers in my album reviews anymore. I don't do the ratings or anything. I just don't care. I think the numbers are dumb, they're meaningless, and all they do is just cause more divide. And when it comes to Fantano, I feel like his influence has created this sort of mentality amongst people that the only way for them to even judge anything is by some sort of numeric value. Like this pizza that I'm eating, 6 out of 10, not enough slave labor. Like I remember where it got so bad to a point where people were just straight up like putting decimals and whatnot on their ratings. Like they were just all like, yeah, this album is like a 7.35, and I'd just be thinking like, where the hell do you even get the 0.35 from? And then even with stuff like Pitchfork, even though I know they've been around longer than Fantano's major blow up, like I still don't understand why they'd even give albums like 8.3s. Like, what is the 0.3 for? But of course, I gotta get to my point because I don't want to feel like I'm yapping here. So what I'm trying to say is that while a lot more people have become more musically eclectic, there have also been a large number of people who have bought into the delusion of being different and diverse by dick riding somebody who they view as different and diverse because they never did the music discovery journey by themselves. Which is also another topic I made a video on like 2 weeks ago. So if you want to watch that, be my guest. But while people can have similar tastes and similar opinions, we've also been going through this weird loop of NPC behavior and individualism because of people's desperation to be their own individual. We just end up being more like the NPC in the end. And I mean, is that a bad thing? No, not necessarily. But at the same time, I get really annoyed when I hear people be all like, oh, well, I don't know, they're kind of obscure, and then they just end up playing The Money Store. Like, please stop. But as the saying goes, the more things change, the more they stay the same. But thanks for watching. Now I'm going to go spend the rest of the day watching the Cell Saga. Y'all have been great. Shout out to my boy Mike Tyson. And I'll see y'all next Monday when I show you this new camera I bought. I bought a new camera. Peace.
What are you waiting for? Or do you not care what happens to the entire universe? Dumbasses! What did you just call us? Dumbasses?